my phone just accidentally started recording, and I was like, maybe I should just talk to you guys. Very unscripted, very raw and real. So this is what's been going on. What I'm about to show you makes me feel very uncomfortable, but my husband told me I should show more of my real life. So here it goes. I'm going to show you my daily struggle. You might think I'm pregnant, but indeed, this is my poop baby. Yeah. I already have 2 babies. I'm good. But this is a problem. Whoa. Why am I touching my boobs? I won't leave that in there.
Why are you filming this?
I'm filming this because people subscribe to me because they have the same struggle I have, is that they're constipated. Just like mommy. Constipated. And I do all the things that you're supposed to do to help manage this problem and make it better. So far, we're not getting very far. Just to give you a really good idea of what's going on here, that was all at night. That was last night. This is this morning. All I've had is like a sip of water so far. So this is what, stand in my pregnant pose, this is what I look like in the morning. And I did gain 2 pounds this week. I've been eating really well. So, I think it's just the accumulation of stool in my body. There it is. What do you think, boy or girl? Since my last pelvic floor update, I have since gone off any Linzess or Trulance that I was on. I no longer take medications to make me go to the bathroom because they indeed stopped working completely. First I did Linzess for quite some time, and like I said before, that was like just chronic diarrhea, and I was getting a little exhausted of it, even though I was very happy to be going. It was just crazy. So I switched to Trulance. That acted the same way, and then I went back to Linzess, and it never worked again. I tried the smallest dose, then the medium dose, then the largest dose, and several weeks of me going into the office, getting samples from my GI, and it just never ended up working, like at all. So I'm like, why am I taking medication if it's not working? So I stopped that, and then I decided to explore food because we've all heard that, people have food sensitivities, allergies, certain foods don't agree with certain people. So I was like, why would I not at least explore this? And so I have heard of the low FODMAP diet from my dietitian from a very long time ago, from the 8 years ago. I never ended up following through with doing the low FODMAP diet. But now it's been so long and I'm like, this is crazy. I need to try this. So I found a dietitian that does telehealth. So we have virtual appointments, and they take my insurance, which is amazing. And I've been low FODMAPing for a few weeks. After our first session, she didn't have me start it right away because we decided that I should get a celiac test. So she said, when you get a celiac test, you have to keep eating normally. Like, don't stop eating gluten, because if you do that, it's going to throw off the results of the test. So, but she gave me some other things to do, some basic things, like drinking warm water in the morning and a few other things I can't remember right now. But just a few things to maybe help me. They didn't do anything. Got the celiac test, no celiac, which I'm extremely happy about, because if you don't know, it is an autoimmune disease and I'd prefer not to have one of those. So we're okay there. So I had that test first thing in the morning. So that exact day, I started low FODMAP. And I did that for a couple of weeks, and I was doing it pretty well, but I was making mistakes along the way, which I didn't realize. So I corrected them. And as far as I know, I'm doing low FODMAP as perfectly as possible. And I will get into explaining that in a bit, but I've been doing it, I'd say, for maybe 3 weeks, but I think the first 2 weeks I was making some mistakes. What's going on with low FODMAP? The results of that thus far is that I'm feeling a little less gassy down below. But I'm still I'm very belchy. That's still going on. My stomach has calmed down. I don't feel like the gurgles happening quite as much. It's a little quieter, which is good, but it hasn't yet turned into me going to the bathroom. I'm not suddenly going to the bathroom. I had a little fluke the first day, after the second meal, I had a kind of good poop. Nothing extraordinary, but more than normal. It maybe only happened one other time since then. That's that. I'm just continuing to low FODMAP. I will be doing videos on this diet. Stay tuned for that. I have a lot of different ideas, like grocery hauls and all that kind of stuff. But okay, so also I just had a GI appointment virtually at home, just a little check-in, and he thinks I'm funny because I'm just like, dude, I just want to poop. I don't need a house. I just want to poop. So I suggested or asked about getting a SIBO test. That's the small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, to see if I have a bacterial overgrowth in my intestines. So he's going to email me about getting that test done. And he said if I do have SIBO, that they treat that with antibiotics to kill specific bacteria. So that's it. So I'm at the point where I'm just going to continue to low FODMAP. Oh, and one more detail. Since nothing helps me go to the bathroom, the only thing that really helps me is enemas or a bottle of magnesium citrate. I prefer magnesium citrate because I think it cleans me out more. When I do an enema, I don't feel that everything's coming out. You know, it helps, but I don't think it's as good as the magnesium citrate. So I asked my RD and my GI, you know, I said, I don't want my body to get used to doing these things, you know, while I'm trying to heal myself. You know, I do need a way to empty out every now and then, maybe once a month. I said, I don't want my body to get used to this. Is it okay if I take magnesium citrate, say once a month, if I'm continuing to not go to the bathroom? And they said it's totally fine. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get ready for work now. I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to get 2 bottles just so I have another one on hand. And I will take that either tonight or the night after, because I got to look at my calendar and see what's going on. Because for me, I take it at night, and then it does take until the next morning to actually work. I think the bottle says it should work quickly, but for me, it doesn't work quickly. It takes overnight. I almost forgot an important detail: pelvic floor physical therapy. What is going on with that? If you haven't watched my other videos, I'll just quickly tell you I did it from August to December in 2021. There were a lot of skipped weeks because there were, you know, some canceled appointments going on. Like 5 times we had to skip a week. So, you know, there was some lag in there. Anyway, I did the 12 sessions. My numbers improved, but it didn't really carry over into my going to the bathroom. She said, let's take a month off. Then I got a new job and the whole health insurance thing. So I've been kind of not going to physical therapy for a few months now. It is the end of March, and I did find a more local PT because that one was 45 minutes away, and it was really quite a trek. It was crazy. So I've been calling around to all these PTs in the area. So many of them don't take my insurance, or they're out of network, which makes it extremely expensive. And so I finally found one that is, you know, reasonable. $69 a session. And I've not yet met my deductible, so that's not going to change because we're still early in the year. I will be starting that first week of April. I'll be going before work once a week. And I'm just looking forward to that because I just like to see maybe also how someone else treats me, you know, how different will it be? You know, what are the similarities? What are the differences? But also I'm just happy that it's going to be local, like literally 5 minutes away. So I will be starting that back up. This was just an update on my condition, what I've been doing, and what the plans are. Okay, so my future videos are probably mostly going to delve into low FODMAP diet because that is something I will be doing for quite some time. I'll explain what that is in the next video. I'll explain what the low FODMAP diet is, what I've been doing, like I said, what I've been eating. Like I'll figure out how I'm gonna map out these videos for you guys. All right, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you don't enjoy the fact that I'm suffering, but I think a lot of you guys that are watching these videos, you're suffering too with something very similar. And I'm telling you, like, I know a lot of you guys are subscribing to me for these videos. So I'm going to continue to make videos about this because, you know, it's a big deal to me. This is a very big focus in my life. And if I can just help anybody else in any way that I can, you know, again, not coming from a doctor perspective, just coming from a patient perspective and just documenting my journey. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.